Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Koi Mwangibion. If you're new here, karibu sana. Feel free to subscribe and join the family. If you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate you. In this video, I intend to give a whole detailed explanation of how to apply for a Spain visa from Kenya. The Spanish tourism visa is granted to Kenyans who want to visit Spain for tourism, and this visa is usually valid for 90 days. The maximum days of this visa is 90 days. It's a short-term visa. We will begin with the visa fees, and the visa fees for adults, it's 10,120 Kenya shillings. The visa fees for kids, children between 6 and 12 years, should be 5,060 Kenya shillings, and the visa fees for children 6 years and below is free. There is also a service charge for 1,955 per application. The documents required for the whole visa application form: number one is the visa application form, filled and signed. The Spain application center in Kenya is very strict. Personally, what I faced, I believe they are more strict than the other visa application centers that I've been to. So in this case, you really need to be keen on how you fill out the documents and make sure you're like as accurate as you can in order to to increase your chances of visa approval. I'm sure you don't want a visa denial at this point when you're already applying and you're optimistic about the whole process. So you need the original and copy of the passport biodata page. You need to make sure that you have 3 copies of your passport biodata page and your original passport. And your passport, in case your passport is 3 years old coming forth and you had a passport that is already expired, you need to bring also copies of the old passport together with your new passport. And if your passport is very much used and maybe almost expiring, you must make sure that your passport is valid within the period of your intended stay in Spain. And I forgot this one point, that the Spain visa is also known as a Schengen tourist visa. Yes, and a Schengen visa allows you to have multiple entries, but you cannot visit any other country even though you're granted Spain, the Spanish tourist visa, if you did not apply for a multiple entry from the beginning. You don't want to get yourself into trouble. Yes, so back to the documents required. One, I talked of application form filled and signed, original and copy of your passport, and the copies that are already used. So if you have other visas in your passport, you have to make sure that you make a copy of them, and these copies must be colored. And colored copy of your biodata page, your current passport. Yes, I have talked of your passport not being about to expire and not being so new if you had an existing passport, because then they will need copies of the old passport also. So after the passport, they will need a photocopy of your national ID. Have clear supporting documents as to where you are going to this country. Make sure you build up your case to be like convincing. You must really convince that you want to go, and you have attachments at home, because if you show that you don't have any attachments, they will not trust you. They will think that you're just going and never come back. Then make 3 copies of your passport size photos. Yes, and these passport size photos, for me, what I do when I want to travel, I go to I don't remember the name of the studio, but it's in Reinsurance Plaza, ground floor. If you go and tell them that you want to travel to a certain country, they have all the measurements. So in that, I don't take much notice because I know that I'm sorted there. The next thing you will need is to indicate the purpose of your journey. So in case you're going to visit for tourism, you have to indicate, like outline the places that you're going to visit. It's like a schedule. So if like you're going on a Friday and coming back on Friday the 10th and coming back on 20th, indicate the like a timetable of what you will be doing every day to like make them see that you're busy when you go there. So make sure you really indicate and detail what you're going to do. Like for me, I really detail, like on this date I'm going to visit this and this site. After this site I will visit this and that. I will be going to this hotel after this hotel. That is really convincing. Make sure you have a hotel reservation or a B&B or where you're going to sleep. So in this case, I had already booked a hotel called Mistranza Hotel in Malaga. So I gave them my hotel booking and the confirmation that I had already paid a deposit of the hotel. In case you're visiting family or friends, make sure your host has a verified invitation letter from the Spanish police, in order for you to now submit together with your documents. That would be your proof of stay if you are going to visit family or friends. Have a medical insurance with a minimum of 300 euros. Like the cover should be a minimum of 300 euros. In this case, you should be very careful because not all the insurance agencies are acceptable. So in this case, most of my travel, I have used Jubilee, I have used CIC, and I have used ICEA insurance. These are among the acceptable medical insurances in Kenya. So if you're traveling, make sure you have a genuine medical insurance cover, or else this will lead to the denial of your visa, which you don't want. So after the medical cover, have personal bank statements, 3 months certified bank statements from your bank, 3 months certified bank statements from your bank. And of course your statements should indicate that you have money, because this is what they are trying to see, like, are you okay financially? If you're employed, make sure you submit a signed letter from your employer containing your personal data, your profession and position, the terms of employment, the starting date of your employment, the purpose of your visit, number of the leave days that the employer has given you, date and contract of your employment, the date and the contact details, and it should also indicate who will be taking care of you in your stay. If you are self-employed, they also need you to submit the supporting documents of your business, let's say the incorporation certificate of your business, your business KRA PIN, a copy of your business KRA PIN, the bank statements of your business. Now, not the personal bank statement, but your business bank statements. 3 months, not more than that, 3 months, and they should be certified. If you're retired, they need a proof of your pension or any other relating or supporting documents. In this case, you, the applicant, should have as much supporting documents as you can. Attach your title deeds, attach every document that you know will convince them that you will come back, that you have ties in Kenya. Let them be sure that you have ties in Kenya if you want your visa granted. So the ties mostly are like your marriage certificate, show proof that you're married here in Kenya if you are. Business, all the documents relating to your business to show them that you have a business to return to. Then your children, they know that you can just not leave your children, so attach your children's birth certificate copies to show that you will come back to your children. And then also attach the title deeds if you have the land title deeds. If you have property like houses and all, attach all these things. If you have rental income, make sure you really support your documents. And if you're going to visit family or friends, make sure you have also an invitation letter. And for example, if you're having family abroad and you think or you know that you're going to visit them one day, make sure you have photos. You gather as many photos as possible, because photos are also used as supporting documents. The more they know how much time you spend together with the person you're visiting, or yeah, the photo evidence really helps. So make sure if you are visiting and you have photos, attach as many as you can. Like, just paste them on an A4 paper. Don't like take photos as they are. Attach the photos in an A4 paper electronically and then print it out. Whether colored or black and white, that's okay. But photos are good evidence if you are visiting family or friends. For the minors, if a minor is the one traveling in this case, we will need copies of their birth certificates, copies of their IDs, the parents' IDs, copies of their parents' passports if they have, then contact details of their parents or the guardian, then a legalized consent letter of the parent who is not traveling, or of both parents if the parents are not traveling with the minor. So if one parent is traveling with the minor, you need a consent, a legalized consent from the non-traveling parent. If the the kid is traveling with a school or a group, they will need a legal consent from both parents. In case the parents or one parent is deceased, you will need a legalized document to show proof of the same, or you will need a court order to show custody of the kid or of the minor who is traveling. So make sure you have enough supporting documents. If the guardian is somebody else apart from the parents indicated in the birth certificate, you must show legal custody, that you are now the owner or the one in charge of this minor. So it is very important to make sure, if you are not the legal guardian, you have a court order indicating that you are now the guardian. In case the minor is a school-going child, you must have documents from the school indicating that this child goes to this and this school. One of the tips to note when you're applying a visa, that the most important thing is to show that you have ties to your country, ties to your home country. Make sure you have gathered as much documents as possible regarding your marriage, regarding your children, regarding the property you own in your home country, regarding the businesses you own. So make sure you have all these documents, your rental incomes, anything that could make you feel that you will convince them that you will come back to your country. Make sure you have that well detailed. Then make sure you apply for your visa like 2 months before your travel date, to give them ample time, just in case you have more. They will ask for more documents. In some cases, they ask for more documents after you submit your documents. So give them ample time so that in case of a refusal, you can have an appeal. So be very keen when submitting your documents, and make sure you have given your application process some time before your travel date. Another thing to note is that when you are asked for the travel itinerary, you don't have to buy your ticket before you're granted the visa. You could lose the money if you don't get the visa granted. So in this case, you go for a travel itinerary, which could cost around 1,000 to 2,000 Kenya shillings. Or you can do it yourself. I don't pay for travel itinerary. I do it from the comfort of my home, and you can do the same. For the travel insurance, make sure you have booked from an acceptable insurance agency. Don't just take any insurance agencies, and make sure the cover covers you from 300 euros upwards. This depends on your days of stay. So if you're granted 10 days visa, it's different from a person who's granted 90 days visa. So make sure your insurance covers that, because this will cater for all your medical emergencies on your stay. Yeah, and after that, wait for your visa to mature or to be granted for about 2 weeks to 45 days. After that, make sure, if you have not been granted multiple entry, make sure you just visit that one country that you've been granted and avoid going to other countries. So in case you intend to visit other countries, on your application, indicate that it is multiple entry. If you're granted the visa, they usually indicate legal days of stay and visa validity. In case you have been granted legal days of stay as 15 and your visa validity is 30 days, the time they expect you to be in that country is 15 days, not 30 days. They charge you around 500 euros in case you exceed your legal stay. So be warned, make sure you travel back within your legal days. The BLS International, where the Spain visa application takes place in Kenya, where the documents are received to be delivered to the embassy, is in Eldama Park, Westlands, Mara Block 2, floor number 3. The visa came so fast, so it can also be possible with you if you make sure you have a detailed process to avoid any calling back of submitting more documents. I have attached some of the memories that I took in Spain. This was one of my best vacations in Europe. Like, I really enjoyed Spain, and this is a place that I would go back to. Like, I'm planning to go back to Spain, not once. So make sure, if you're making your application like right now, make sure you have it well detailed for you to have your visa granted and enjoy the same. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please subscribe to my channel. Yes, comment, like, and share the video to many more people. Yes, and in case you have any questions regarding the same, feel free to comment on the comment section below. I will be glad to answer you if it's something that is in my power to. Then make sure you continue watching my videos. Make sure you click the notification button for you to be notified when I put a video. Please expect more of such interesting videos, educative videos, because I intend to share my journey with you of the processes that I have been through, and I know that you will be helped or you will be informed through my videos. So for this and more, please keep it here. I love you all. See you next time. Bye.